Good afternoon, everyone. This is Natalie Ellis with Ask the Therapist, and it is Wednesday, May 29th. Again, the year is just going by so quickly. So I want to congratulate all the graduates. I've had a few clients who have graduated high school, some have graduated college, and so that's what I want to talk about today, particularly for students, for parents and students out there who are graduating high school. And this will be helpful for those that's currently in high school or elementary school. Again, it's so important to be aware of the colleges that you go to, that you choose to go to. I have a few students even now that have elected to go to certain colleges and are finding that they're struggling. Which is why, again, going back to what I've talked about, again, advocacy for mental health and being aware of your own mental health and mental health needs. That is so important because, again, as we get into our adult life, as we start graduating high school and going into college, these things are important to know because, again, the choices we make is essential. Okay? And so, for a lot of my students who are teenagers and have graduated, a lot of things we've talked about is really thinking about the kind of college that they want to go to. Making sure that they have the support that they need, making sure they have the resources that they need when they go to college. Because again, the goal is whatever it is we choose to do is for you to be successful. And despite our mental health, despite our mental illness, despite our diagnosis, despite all that, we can be successful. The key is ensuring that we have the support that we need. Okay, and in order to have the support that we need, the resources that we need, we have to really be honest and open with ourselves. And so the location of the college matters. For example, I have a client who is 5 hours away from her parents in the college that she's in, and right now she's in the middle of a crisis. And so, again, that may become an issue. And interestingly enough, she had some mental health concerns before she went off to college, and so I'm not sure if they had those type of discussions when choosing her school. But again, she right now is in the middle of a crisis, and she doesn't have her support system with her. And so, making sure that we're aware of the college, that the location of the college that we go to, how close or far it is from home, and again, in all of that, making sure we have resources and tools and support systems in place. And so the location matters. The size of the college matters as well. Some of my clients who have anxiety, again, if it's a big school setting, that may be too much versus a smaller school setting, the classroom settings as well. And so, again, knowing your needs, what your mental health needs are, is important because, again, in looking at the college size, the classroom sizes makes a big difference because we want to ensure whatever decision we make that you can be successful in this setting. Okay, so we have to look at the size of the college as well as this classroom size. The living situation, again, if the student is going into a dorm setting, again, knowing your own mental health needs, whether or not you there's OCD, whether or not there's depression, there's anxiety, there's trauma, there's whatever's going on, knowing you're going to be sharing a space. And what would that look like? How can that look like? And having those type of discussions. And again, these are the things that I do with my students, with my clients that are students that's going into college. Let's talk about it. What are the concerns that you may have when you go into college? And all these things come up because we want to ensure that that you make a decision that's going to enhance you and help you be successful. Okay, so we have to have these type of conversations. And making sure there's school resources as well as community resources. So the school that we've decided on, given again your mental health needs, do they have resources for that? And making sure that they do. And making sure we are connected to those resources at the school, making sure we know how to reach them in case there's a crisis or in case there's an issue, as well as the community resources. So for a few of my clients, if we know that they are going out of state or a little bit further away from my area, then we connect them with a local psychiatrist, local therapist in that area, so they're already connected to where they're going to be. Okay, with a lot of my kids though, because their home address is still physically here, I do here in Georgia. I'm a therapist from Georgia. I do telemental health, so I have a few students that are away at college, but we still stay connected through video chat, through video sessions, to continue our counseling sessions, because that's something that continues to be needed. Because again, college is an adjustment. Just the fact that you're away from home, a new environment, new classes, just so many things to get adjusted to. Just the fact you're going into college, and so you're going to need all the support, and the students going to need all the support that they can get. And so, with a lot of my clients who go into college, we continue to have our weekly sessions. They try to fit me in somewhere in their schedule, sometimes on a Saturday morning, and we do our video sessions that way. So, again, making sure they're connected to resources in their school. If they're unable to get to me, then making sure they have resources at the school, or getting to their local therapist, getting connected with the community therapist wherever they're going. Okay, so those are all the things that's important in kind of figuring out the kind of college they want to go to and choosing the college they want to go to. A lot of my clients do usually have some type of IEP, and so just so you know, IEPs can follow students to college, okay, based on the American with Disabilities Act as well as the Individual with Disabilities Education Act. If they have IEPs, if they've had a 504, those things can continue to be a resource to them when they go to college, okay? And so usually during the senior year of school, conversations could begin towards the end of their senior year to talk about, okay, the colleges that's being selected, okay, what type of resources, what type of things will they need in order to for them when they go to college. And that's called a transition plan. And so for a lot of kids that are seniors or even freshmen in college, contacting the school counselor, contacting the college resources, figuring out who that person is, and setting up some type of transition plan from what happened from when they were in high school, and then to their college, and seeing if anything in that plan can continue to follow them. Okay, so that's something that can be done. I've had to write letters for a few of my students. Some of my students didn't necessarily have an IEP because they were able to still be successful in high school without the IEP. However, they've struggled in college, and so we've had to I've had to write letters where I'm identifying the diagnosis, I'm identifying the symptoms that they're having, the cause of some of the symptoms, the stressors that is contributing to those symptoms, and again, the adjustment to college, and what are some of the accommodations that can be made, because lots of different accommodations can be made for your students. All right, so some accommodations can be things like prioritizing registration. Okay, some students, depending on, again, their diagnoses, registrations can be prioritized for them. Other type of resources or accommodations I could make, reduce course load, and that's one of the things that one of my students needed. She needed a reduced course load because it was just too much and overwhelming, which then led to some depression, and so that's something that we had to put in place for her. Some people may need to be able to have a recording device for the classroom. Most colleges are okay with that. I don't necessarily see that as may needing to be an accommodation, but depending on the college, that may need, or depending on the professor, that may need to be added as part of the plan. Some students may need extended time. A lot of my students that's in high school, a lot of their accommodations are about extending time. Some of them, have ADHD, have difficulty focusing or concentrating, and so the extended time helps them, whether it's extended time completing assignments or extended time even in the classroom while taking a test. And so different types of accommodations can be made. And so I just wanted to give you guys some of that information that this is graduation season. Pretty soon, a lot of students will be going off to colleges, whether it's technical college, whether it's four-year college, whatever type of college they're going into. And depending on, again, if these individuals are dealing with mental health concerns or mental health issues, there are supports out there, there are accommodations out there, there are things that can be made so that the college experience or the school experience can be more supportive to them. Okay, and so just wanted to give you guys that update, a little bits of information about that. So if you all have any questions about those things, definitely give me a call. And my name is Natalie Ellis. You can DM me. You could contact me through social media. So things to just, again, be aware of: the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act is something to look at, as well as the American with Disabilities Act. Again, these acts are also used for students that are college students, for college students. And so, again, even college students can receive accommodations and assistance with their education. Okay? Thank you so much, and hope to see you all next time. And hopefully this was helpful for those that's in need of that information. And thank you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.